right. Welcome back to the 50 Plus Fitness Fanatic Podcast. My name is Dr. Eric Davis, and today we're tackling one of the most important challenges in any fitness journey, especially after 50: how to stay mentally disciplined when your motivation takes a dip. Now, we all know those days. The body feels heavy, the mind feels scattered, and the workout you plan suddenly feels optional. But staying active isn't just about muscle, it's about mindset. It's about learning how to move even when the spark isn't there. That's why I'm turning things over to my AI co hosts. They're stepping in with sharp, practical, psychologically grounded strategies to help you push through those low motivation moments and keep your routine intact. This is a modern, tech driven look at staying mentally strong in the second half of life. Take it away, guys.
You know that feeling when you're just like staring at your gym shoes
Oh, yeah.
and suddenly they look like they weigh, I don't know, 500 pounds each?
Right, like they're made of lead.
Exactly. And the thing is, your muscles aren't sore. Your joints feel completely fine. You haven't run a marathon this week or anything.
Yeah, physically, you're totally good to go.
Right. Physically, your body is perfectly capable of moving, but mentally, your brain is completely paralyzed.
Oh, absolutely.
It's treating the idea of a 30-minute workout like you just asked it to. I mean, scale Mount Everest without oxygen.
Yeah, it's a massive wall.
It really is. And that incredibly frustrating invisible brick wall is exactly what we're tearing down today. But before we jump into the psychology of outsmarting your own laziness, we need to say a massive thank you to Dr. Eric Davis for that introduction.
Yes, definitely.
We always love it when he kicks things off for this deep dive.
It really sets the perfect stage, you
Yeah.
know? And honestly, we've had such a fantastic time collaborating lately.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, we had an absolute blast diving into the 50 Plus Fitness Fanatic source material recently, unpacking all the nuances of staying fit after 50.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal exploration, just seeing how our routines have to, evolve as we age.
Right. And working with Dr. Davis on his Monday Affirmations podcast has been incredible, too.
It really has. Bringing that kind of positive, momentum-building energy into our deep dive today feels incredibly relevant.
Absolutely.
Because our mission today is tackling the mental friction that happens before the body even moves. We are really zeroing in on how to stay mentally focused and overcome that crushing mental burnout when you absolutely, positively do not feel like working out.
Yeah, and just to set the parameters for everyone listening right now, we are keeping this highly conversational and very down to earth.
No lab coats today.
Exactly, no lab coats.
Yeah.
Which means we are stripping away the complex physiological jargon.
Yeah.
We aren't going to lecture you on cellular energy depletion or whatever.
Thank goodness for that.
Right. We're sticking to practical behavioral realities here. This is about the mental hurdles of fitness. Because the friction you feel on a random Tuesday evening isn't a physical failure, it's a cognitive one.
Okay, let's unpack this because separating physical fatigue from mental burnout is tricky.
It really is.
I mean, they wear the exact same disguise.
Yeah.
You sink into the couch after work, your eyes feel heavy, and you think, man, I am physically exhausted.
You feel it in your bones.
But honestly, if the fire alarm went off right then, you would sprint down 3 flights of stairs without missing a single beat.
That is so true.
The physical energy is dormant, right? It's not gone. It's like, think about the dreaded laundry mound.
Oh, the laundry mountain. Don't remind me.
Right. You have a massive pile of clean laundry sitting on your bed. The physical act of folding those shirts takes maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, and requires zero athletic ability.
Exactly. Yet the mental dread can last for 3 business days.
Or more.
Seriously, you will literally sleep on the edge of the mattress just to avoid confronting the pile.
I have done that. I admit it.
We all have. And avoiding a workout when you're mentally fried feels exactly like staring at that laundry. But here is my pushback.
Okay, let's hear it.
Is this mental burnout just like an evolutionary glitch? You know, are ancient brains trying to conserve calories for a famine that isn't coming? Or is cognitive fatigue a literal structural wall we have to figure out how to scale?
Well, what's fascinating here is that cognitive fatigue functions almost exactly like a drained battery.
Okay.
specifically in the area of your brain responsible for willpower and decision-making. People call it decision fatigue.
Right, decision fatigue. I've heard of that.
Yeah, so think about a standard modern day. From the moment you wake up, you're making all these micro decisions.
Like what to wear.
Exactly. What to wear, how to navigate traffic, prioritizing emails, managing conflicts at work, figuring out what to feed your family.
Oh man, the what's for dinner decision is the worst.
It really is. And every single one of those choices burns a tiny fraction of your cognitive reserve.
So by like 6 p.m., the decision-making battery is just completely flashing red.
Precisely. The logical, goal-oriented part of your brain is tapped out.
Yeah.
So when you finally look at your gym bag, your brain doesn't see a healthy activity that will release endorphins.
What does it see?
It sees a massive, complex series of new decisions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's asking, what routine should I do? How heavy should I lift? How long should I stay on the treadmill? Your brain's threat detection system use all of that as a threat to your remaining energy reserves.
So it just shuts it down.
Exactly. It throws up a wall, not because your legs can't handle a brick walk, but because your mind is literally triaging its last drops of fuel.
It's the one more thing syndrome. Your brain throws its hands up and says, look, I have negotiated a software contract and managed a toddler meltdown today. Do not make me decide how many reps of squats to do. I quit.
That is the exact mechanism. Your brain defaults to the path of least resistance just to protect you. It prioritizes immediate comfort over long-term goals. It lumps the workout into the same high-effort category as, say, doing your taxes or having a difficult conversation with a friend.
Geez, when you put it like that, no wonder we don't want to go to the gym.
Right. So that wall you feel, it is a legitimate, solid wall of cognitive depletion.
Wow.
And recognizing that you were dealing with a tired mind rather than a broken body, well, it changes the entire battlefield.
Yeah, because if I can sit on my couch and honestly assess the situation, if I can say, my hamstrings aren't sore, I'm just incredibly mentally drained from work, then I shouldn't be using physical recovery tactics.
Yes.
I shouldn't be resting my body. I need to bypass the exhausted part of my brain, which I guess brings us to the actual strategy.
It does.
And here's where it gets really interesting. We've all heard the generic advice to just put on your gym shoes.
Oh, yeah. Constantly.
Right? It sounds a bit like a motivational poster cliche.
Hang in there.
Exactly. But if we actually break down the mechanics of drastically lowering the bar, it's not just a cute trick. It is a targeted psychological bypass.
It really is.
You tell yourself, I am not doing a 45-minute workout. I am only going to put on my shoes and tie the laces.
Right.
But I have to push back on this because I know the listeners are thinking the exact same thing I am.
Which is?
I am not stupid.
Right.
My brain knows I'm putting on my shoes because I want to work out. I mean, if my brain is smart enough to manage my career and my life, won't it see right through the shoelace trick?
That's a fair question.
Won't it just say, nice try, buddy, but we're staying on the couch?
Well, it would see through the trick if you were using the same part of the brain to process both commands.
No. Wait, are we not?
No, you aren't.
Yeah.
When you focus on a large, complex goal like crushing a workout,
Yeah.
you are forcing that exhausted logical part of your brain to do the heavy lifting.
Okay, the decision part.
Right. But tying your shoes, that is an automated motor script. You've done it 10,000 times.
Yeah, you don't even think about it.
Exactly. It lives in a completely different, deeper part of the brain that governs your habits.
Oh, wow. So the habit center doesn't require willpower.
Not at all. Think of your brain's threat detection system like a highly aggressive bouncer at an exclusive club.
Okay, I like this analogy.
When you are cognitively depleted, doing a full workout is definitely not on the VIP list.
The bouncer is kicking that guy out.
Yep, rejected at the door. But putting on a shoe is such an incredibly small automated action that the bouncer doesn't even check its ID.
It just slips right past the velvet rope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By lowering the bar to an automated habit, you bypass the friction entirely.
So you are intentionally giving the exhausted CEO of your brain the night off and letting the mailroom handle the immediate next step.
I love that, yes.
That's amazing. But you have to give yourself genuine, total permission to stop after that step, right? Like the deal has to be real.
Very real.
You have to say, if I tie my shoes and I still want to sit back down, I absolutely will.
Yes, the permission to stop is the linchpin of the whole strategy.
Because if you're faking it...
If it's a fake promise, the anxiety and dread remain. You have to genuinely accept that putting on your shoes might be the only physical activity you do that day.
And what inevitably happens once you bypass that bouncer?
State change.
The state change.
Yeah. The magic of physical momentum takes over.
Yeah.
Once the shoes are tied, your identity in that specific moment shifts.
You're in gear now.
Right. You are no longer the person sinking into the cushions. You are a person wearing workout gear. The friction of starting was the actual mountain.
Not the workout itself.
No, the workout was just a molehill hiding behind it.
Yeah.
Once you are in motion, even a tiny motion,
Yeah.
the mental resistance begins to evaporate.
I can see that. You put the shoes on and you think, well,
The shoes are on. I might as well step outside.
right.
And then I might as well walk to the end of the block.
You just keep moving the goalpost by 2 inches. Like, I'm just going to drive to the gym parking lot. I don't have to go in. I can just, listen to a podcast in my car.
We've all been there.
And then you're sitting in the parking lot thinking, well, I spent the gas money and navigated traffic to get here. I might as well walk through the front doors.
Yeah. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this is how high performers maintain staggering levels of consistency.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah. They do not have superhuman willpower. They simply refuse to fight their own cognitive fatigue head on.
That makes so much sense.
They slice the overwhelming big picture into micro actions that are just too small to trigger the brain's defense mechanisms.
Oh, okay. Let's push into the deep end of this, though.
Let's do it.
Because getting through the door is only half the battle. Let's talk about the days when this trick gets you onto the gym floor, but your brain is still actively rebelling. You put on the shoes, you drove to the gym, you grabbed the dumbbells, and you are just absolutely miserable. Every fiber of your being is screaming, I hate this, I want to go home, I don't have the energy for this.
So the momentum got you started, but the mental burnout is still riding shotgun.
Yes. Exactly. You are going through the motions, but you feel like you are failing because the energy just isn't there.
Right.
We are constantly fed this fitness culture narrative that every workout has to be like a movie montage.
Oh, with the dramatic music and the sweat.
Yes, you have to sweat profusely, set a personal record, and just leave it all on the floor.
It's exhausting just thinking about it.
It really is. I want to challenge that narrative entirely. What if the secret to long-term success is actively scheduling and embracing a mediocre workout? Like, just deliberately agreeing to do a terrible job.
Well, this raises an important question about how we define success.
Yeah.
And how perfectionism actually fuels long-term failure.
Oh, say more about that.
The pressure to always perform at an A+ level is exactly what spikes our stress hormones and makes the couch look so appealing in the first place.
Right, because it's too much pressure.
Exactly. If you believe a workout only counts, if you are completely exhausted by the end of it, you are setting a dopamine and energy threshold that is just impossible to meet on a daily basis.
The pressure of perfection becomes paralyzing.
It really does.
If I feel like I have to have a great workout and I know my decision battery is flashing red, the all-or-nothing trap just snaps shut. I choose nothing.
And the antidote to that trap is explicit permission to just go through the motions. We call it the C- workout.
The C- workout.
Yeah. If you are in the gym and your brain is fighting you, you mentally declare, today, I am giving a C- effort.
I love that.
You drop the weights by 20%. You walk on the incline instead of running sprints. You scroll through your phone between sets.
It's like the gentleman's sea of fitness. You showed up, you did the reading, you didn't ace the final exam, but hey, you got the credit for attendance.
That's a perfect way to put it. And think about the psychological relief of that. Mentally focusing on simply completing the movements rather than dominating them is incredibly liberating.
Because you're not failing anymore.
Exactly. It opens the pressure valve on your mental burnout. You are no longer demanding peak performance from a depleted system.
But wait, doesn't that breed complacency? Like, if I let myself do a C- workout today, aren't I just training myself to be lazy tomorrow?
It's the exact opposite, actually.
Really?
Elite athletes, professional writers, top-tier creatives, they all utilize low-effort days to protect their baseline habit.
Oh, that makes sense.
In endurance sports, they call them junk miles.
Yeah.
You go out for a slow, unimpressive jog just to keep the neural pathway of the habit alive.
Just to keep it greased.
Exactly. The goal isn't cardiovascular improvement. The goal is behavioral reinforcement. By showing up and doing a C- workout, you cast a vote for your identity as someone who doesn't quit just because they are tired.
You are maintaining the architecture of the habit, even if you aren't decorating the interior that day.
That is a brilliant way to phrase it. And the irony is, once you drop the expectation of perfection and agree to do a C- workout, you often end up having a surprisingly fantastic session anyway.
Because the anxiety is gone.
Precisely. When you remove the high stakes, your nervous system relaxes. Your brain stops fighting the activity because you've removed the threat of exhaustion.
Yeah, you're not fighting yourself anymore.
Right. You might start off lazily doing a few bicep curls, but 10 minutes later, your heart rate elevates, the endorphins finally kick in, the music catches your rhythm.
And suddenly you're having a good time.
Yeah. You find yourself pushing a little harder simply because it feels good, not because you forced it.
Because you aren't grading yourself anymore. You're just existing in this space. I think this is such a crucial realization for anyone navigating busy lives, stressful jobs, and just the general heavy fatigue of being an adult.
It really is.
You do not have to be a superhero every time you tie your laces. Sometimes just doing the bare minimum is a massive victory over mental friction.
It is the ultimate victory because consistency is forged on the days you do not want to be there.
Wow, yeah.
Motivation is a fair weather friend. It is easy to go to the gym when you slept 8 hours, the sun is shining, and your favorite song is playing.
Sure, anyone can do that.
But having the down-to-earth behavioral tools to gently nudge yourself into motion on a dark, rainy Tuesday when your boss yelled at you, that is what actually builds a lifelong foundation.
It's about being incredibly kind to your tired brain while still guiding it in the right direction.
Right.
It shifts the entire internal narrative.
Completely.
Instead of sitting on the couch thinking, I am lazy, I lack discipline, I'm failing at my fitness goals, you can say, my prefrontal cortex is depleted from making 100 decisions today. My brain is just tired and I know how to work around that.
It removes the guilt from the equation, and guilt is just another heavy cognitive load that drains your battery even further.
Oh, guilt is the worst energy drain.
Right. If you miss a day, or if you have one of those C-minus workouts and you spend the rest of the evening beating yourself up over it, you are actively destroying the exact mental energy you need to try again tomorrow. Dropping the pressure to be perfect is how you protect your reserves.
So what does this all mean? If we zoom out and synthesize everything we've just explored,
Let's do it.
overcoming mental burnout when you absolutely loathe, the idea of working out isn't about conjuring extreme discipline.
Nope.
It isn't about watching a hype video on social media and magically finding a hidden reservoir of willpower. It's about understanding the mechanics of your own mind.
Exactly.
It's acknowledging the mental block for what it actually is, a tired, decision-fatigued brain trying to protect you from a complex task. And then it's about bypassing that threat detection system with practically effortless automated steps. You don't scale the wall, you walk around it by just putting on your shoes. And most importantly, it's about dropping the suffocating pressure to be perfect and embracing the profound power of showing up and doing a totally mediocre job.
And for everyone listening right now, I want you to internalize this the next time you are staring at your gym gear with zero motivation.
Yeah, next time it happens.
The next time that gym bag looks like a mountain of laundry you refuse to fold. Remember that you are playing a behavioral game. Your body is ready. Your mind is just seeking comfort.
Right.
But you now have the psychological tools to win that negotiation without entering a screaming match with your own willpower. Lower the bar to the floor, tie the laces, and give yourself total permission to just go through the motions.
Because honestly, going through the motions is infinitely better than staying frozen on the couch.
Absolutely.
A terrible workout is still a workout. A 10-minute low-energy walk around the block is still a walk. It all compounds. It all keeps the neural pathway alive, which is something we are all striving for, whether we are trying to stay active after 50 or just trying to survive a chaotic week.
It is the consistency of the attempt that rewires the brain, not the perfection of the execution.
And that brings us to our final thought for today, something for you to chew on after this deep dive wraps up. We've focused entirely on fitness today, but think about the broader, real-world applications of these mechanics.
Oh, that's a great point.
Right. If you can train your mind to gently bypass the intense resistance of a workout when your decision battery is completely dead using micro steps and zero pressure, where else in your daily life could applying that exact same mental grace unlock totally new potential?
Yeah. Where else can you use this?
What other mountains of laundry are you avoiding at work, in your relationships, or in your personal projects that could be conquered just by finding the equivalent of tying your metaphorical shoelaces?
That is a phenomenal question to leave on. The strategies we use to manage our cognitive load in fitness are completely universal.
They really are. When you stop fighting your brain and start working with its natural mechanics, the friction just melts away. Well, that wraps up our deep dive for today. It has been an incredibly insightful conversation, as always.
It really has.
And now, to bring it all home, we are going to officially turn the show back over to Dr. Eric Davis for his closing comments. Take it away, Dr. Davis.
Wow. Thank you for that. Powerful insights and exactly the kind of clarity we need on days when motivation slips. Here's what I want you to carry with you as we close. Discipline isn't loud, it's quiet. It's the small decision you make when no one is watching. It's the promise you keep to yourself, even when the energy isn't there. Staying fit after 50 is as much a mental game as a physical one. And every time you choose movement over excuses, you're strengthening more than your body. You're strengthening your identity. I appreciate you being here today. Keep showing up, keep choosing yourself, and keep proving that consistency is the real superpower. I will see you at the next episode.